guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. So let's talk about it, right? Okay. First of all, I had my first phone calls on TalktoMe. So I'm doing TalktoMe, and I'm also doing Niteflirt. We'll talk about Niteflirt in a minute. So TalktoMe, I'm still in like the beginner stages. So what happens is you have to sign up, of course, and like right after you sign up, they have you do a couple of other things like you have to earn minutes. You have to earn 300 minutes before your actual profile goes live. So they have you doing, I believe it's called the chat line. So that's what I did. I've been going on the chat line. It's interesting. So you record your message, like a little greeting or whatever. And then other people also record their greetings. So they can listen to your greeting for one, and then ask to connect with you. And then you can also listen to their greetings, and you can message them like a little voicemail volley, if you want to call it that. And then you can also do like contact me directly, and then they can either say yes or no, and vice versa. So that's what I did. Recorded a cute little message or whatever. And I had, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I had one dude that, you know, he connected with me, and like he was raring to go. The call lasted like 2 minutes. Now this was like my very first call ever. So you hear the stories and you think you could like prepare yourself for the initial like, oh, I'm about ready to, but I was just like, oh, okay. Like I talked to him for like it really was probably like a minute or so. And I was like, yeah, baby, you know, you're so sexy. Da, da, da. I want to do this to you too. And all I heard was like and then he hung up. I was just like, oh, well, okay. Let me tell you, it's hella empowering to hear somebody like get off on your voice alone that quickly. And I don't know, I felt like really sexy. And like, yeah, I'm that girl. The other guy was interesting. I say interesting because and again, it's something I've heard a lot. But I'm kind of one of those people that if I don't experience it for myself, it's not that I don't believe it, but like the jury will still be out for me until I experience it myself. You know what I'm saying? The other guy, he was interesting because he wanted to do the race play thing. If you don't know what race play is, you can kind of figure it out, you know, because in my greeting I said I'm a black BBW. And, you know, he started off okay, but then it was kind of going towards, you know what I'm saying? Like the more derogatory stuff, like I can handle being called like a slut or, you know, a whore or whatever. I don't freaking care. I can handle a lot of stuff. Especially being in this industry, you kind of have to be tough and then like whatever. And I don't even really like care about race play that that much, like the way he was doing it, because it wasn't like so overtly disrespectful, but you could tell like, you know, like, oh yeah, I want to make you my black bitch or whatever. I was like, okay. It started getting uncomfortable because he was like, you know, I want you to get on your knees and beg and blah 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 and send me pictures of it. And I was like, well, I can't send you pictures, like, obviously, because my profile isn't fully activated yet, and he wanted me to send it from my number, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that. What, are you serious right now? Like, are you crazy? And he just kept pushing it and pushing it. So I know they say you're not supposed to hang up, but I don't care, especially right now when it's not like actually my profile being active. If you're making me uncomfortable, I'm going to hang up on you. And that's just what it is. I don't care. Even when my profile is active, like I'm either gonna mute my buttons to make you think I hung up, or I'm just gonna straight up hang up. You can leave me a bad review, because for one bad review, there's gonna be, you know, several other good ones, and that's just where it is for me, you know. That call did last for like 20 minutes though, before it started getting like wildly uncomfortable with him like not taking no for an answer about me sending him pictures. And like, I think I made, it's like $1 a minute, to start off. So I made some decent money, like for 20 minutes of my time, just, you know, yeah. Now there was a third guy. He actually hung up on me because he was the one to take the race play thing into a whole other, you know, a whole other spectrum. And it started off, you know, kind of normal, like, oh, you know, I want you to blah 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 blah, and my big, you know, blah 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 blah, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, oh yeah, you know. And then he's like, oh, you know, would you like to be crowded around a bunch of white guys and me, you know, being actor? Oh yeah, you know. He's like, oh, what's some of the dirty things that the white guys call you? And I'm like, they don't, I mean, like, you know, slut or whatever, whore, like, no, but what are some of the black names that they call you? And I was like, you know what he wanted me to say. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. Like, it's not enough money in the world to make me call myself that. Like, no. Now, you know, will that change one day? I don't know, maybe. But in that moment, I was not comfortable, and I was just like, they just call me Shar. That's what they call me. Or, you know, dirty black slut. So, something like that. Anyways, whatever I said wasn't to his liking, so he hung up, and I didn't have to deal with that anymore. Like, but other than that, you know, it was kind of fun. It wasn't like super bad, and like I said, I'm still kind of new, so I haven't gotten like the burnout that I've seen other girls probably have, and you know, the annoyance of it all wasn't there because I'm still kind of fresh and new to this, so it's still the exciting part, and I love what I do. Niteflirt. So I got on Niteflirt and I didn't get any calls. However, but hold on, let me pause. So I didn't get any calls on Niteflirt despite being like in the top 10 of most of my categories, which was like super weird. I don't know if it's because I'm still new and I haven't had like actually taken any calls on Niteflirt yet. So I'm still trying to figure that whole thing out. I'm being patient though. You know, I know because I'm also on Reddit, and I see a lot of the comments like, oh, it's slow, I feel like giving up, and blah, 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 blah. And like, I'm not to that point yet because I understand it's slow and I don't expect, you know, calls just to be pouring in magically. I'm kind of realistic about it. And this is like kind of my part-time for funsies. Like, I don't need to do this for a different income, so it doesn't stress me out as much as I see like other girls kind of get stressed out about it, and I'm completely thankful for that. Sorry. But you know, I'm not giving up or anything like that. I'm gonna keep going and see if I get some more, like, get some actual calls on Niteflirt eventually, because eventually it will happen, you know. Just gotta be patient. I'm speaking and I'm manifesting wealth and financial freedom and abundance and all that good stuff. But even though I didn't get any calls, I got a chat. I do have my chats available on Niteflirt. So that was very fun. But also kind of shocking. So, and I say shocking, let me segue. If you are going to put something on your profile, if that you do it, make sure you are ready. Because I have CIE on my profile, and I've done the research and I've, you know, looked into it, and like, yeah, okay, I can be into that. But it's never been something that I've experienced firsthand in my personal life. So the chat was a CIE chat, and it wasn't like he didn't ease me into it or anything like that. It wasn't like oh, hey, this is what I want to talk about. It was like, guess what I did, and over his face he sent me a picture, and I was like, oh, okay, we're starting now. Oh, okay. And, you know, luckily it was on chat, so I locked in and got into my Desert Rose vibe, and, you know, I got it done. And I made freaking like $40 off of talking to this dude on chat, and I thought it actually went a different way than I thought it was gonna go. I thought it was gonna go like, oh yeah, you want me to tell you how to do this and blah 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 blah. It wasn't even that. He just wanted to tell somebody because it was the first time he did it. He was going through a breakup with his girl, and he decided to venture out, and he had nobody else to talk to, and he chose to talk to me. And so he literally just wanted somebody to talk to, like a BFF that you tell your secrets to. So I was like, okay, like, that takes the stress off of me. Like, you don't want me to tell you how to do anything. You just want somebody to listen to and to talk to. I will gladly do that. Because that's me as a person in real life, you know. You can tell me your secrets. You can confide in me. And a lot of people, like, I feel like I'm a therapist in my friends group, because a lot of people come to talk to me because I am a good listener. So, and people feel comfortable with me, and I'm glad, that was cool that he felt comfortable with me. It just caught me off guard. It was just like, oh, okay, we're just jumping in. Okay, cool. But other than that, I really enjoyed the journey so far. It's been fun. I made about $300 last month, mostly in customs. Which is something else I discovered. I love doing customs. I love discussing the ideas. I figured out that if they're not premium members on, because I do mini vids too. If you're new here, I do mini vids. But I figured out that if they're not a premium customer, they can't message me first. So I have it so it's like, if you want a custom, just request it in the customs tab, because you can leave comments on the tab or whatever. So just like, hey, just leave a comment like, can you private message me about a custom or whatever. And I actually got somebody, a new customer, through that way. So, and I have so much fun doing it. I love being creative. I love discussing people's ideas and what they want. And I love that, I don't know, it's like being trusted with a fantasy. And I take it very seriously, because like, this is something that you fantasize about, and something that you've thought about a couple of times. I don't know how many times, but you've thought about it before. And having somebody putting their trust in me and giving me their money, that's as big as a reward as actually getting the money, because you could have picked any other girl, but you chose me to try to make your fantasy come true. And I love and I honor that. And I want to do my very best to make that fantasy that you had in your head come to reality, So it's fun. I really am enjoying what I am doing. And I got my first subscriber on Fansly. Now, I'm not on Fans. I don't know. I'm kind of on and off Fansly. I'm on now that I now that I got a subscriber. Because like, maybe one subscriber will lead to 2, to 3, to 4, and that's cool. That's really cool. So it may not be a lot to some people, but it's a lot to me. It's the small wins that I'm cheering for, because they're gonna lead to bigger wins. And even with doing my YouTube, I think there's 5 subscribers now, and I'm thankful for all 5 of y'all. Hopefully we get to 10, and by the end of the year we're gonna go 50 shit. But I mean, either way, I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm going to continue to thrive and continue to grow and just continue to be me, the happy, bubbly Shard. This is me in real life, for real, like, and I'm not gonna change. So yeah, I think that is really all I had to say today. I do have a story time about how this guy from my high school thought that he could sit up there and call me a slut for whatever reason. But that's another story for another time. We're not gonna end that this video on that note. But hey, thanks for coming again. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell, so you can see what I post. Thank you so much, guys. Mwah.